Hey guys, my name is Ryan and welcome to Overwatch Central. In the time between Ashe being playable at BlizzCon and being playable on the PTR, a lot of misconceptions came out of BlizzCon with an interaction of what Ashe could do. I want to talk about that a little bit more in depth in this video and why I wish it was the case, but first I do want to go over the sort of breaking news that Dafran just quit. Not only playing Overwatch, but playing for the Atlanta Reign in the next season of the Overwatch League. He was announced on the roster on the 28th of October, 9 days ago. And today he tweeted this, the end. I hate the game, thought I could love it again and have passion, but it's impossible. I always end up soft throwing, contract ended, Overwatch uninstalled, McDonald's here I come. For real though, thanks for everything you've given me, Overwatch community. Side note, I absolutely love the Kowalski analysis meme. There's also a clip of Dafran actually uninstalling Overwatch on his Twitch, but honestly, even now, I'm still not sure what the hell is going on. I'm sure we'll find out in a couple of days whether this is, Dafran actually quitting the game completely, or whether it's something else entirely. I just can't keep up, but I did want to bring it to people's attention. But now I want to talk about the other bit of Overwatch League news. Some of the designs for the new Overwatch League teams have been leaked. What you're seeing on screen is the branding of the new Overwatch League teams, two of which you may have seen already if you actually care about the scene at all, but I did want to reveal the names of the teams and the logos. Regardless of whether you care about Overwatch League, I do think they're fairly cool, but do tell me in the comments below which of these is going to be your favourite. This was put onto the Reddit by, I believe, Seagull #1 Fanboy, who is on there quite a lot. But of course we know the first two, which are the Atlanta Reign and the Toronto Defiant. The others we don't actually know their names just yet, or what their logos are, so these are apparent leaks. So just be aware, it might not be true. We have the Hangzhou Spark, and look at this logo. I don't really know what to say. But then we go onto the Washington Justice, which is a nice, very American shield going on here. The Paris Eternal, otherwise known as Nando's. The Guangzhou Charge, which I actually really like. But then we get on to Chengdu Hunters, which, as I said, the names might not be right, but considering you're calling something the Hunters with a panda logo seems a little bit off. But I love some of these logos, the Guangzhou and Chengdu one especially. But as I said before, do let us know in the comments which of these are your favourite. The Vancouver branding hasn't been revealed just yet, but again, this might all be just horseshit, basically. Now that that's out of the way, I do want to talk about this misconception a little bit more. The thing about it is, this all came from Torbjorn's rework, and it came from the fire damage that Molten Core now does. The new Molten Core, they're pouring lava on the ground. In case you didn't realise what I was talking about, the fire damage from that ability does more damage to a target that has armour, which is a really important interaction, and I'll highlight why in just a second. But what the misconception was is that Ashe's Dynamite had the same effect. That the ticking fire damage from the Dynamite ability would do more damage to a target that had armour. People said this a lot on Reddit and of course in live streams of people, but as soon as Ashe hit the PTR we tested it out and it just wasn't the case. This was the big misconception I saw flying around, passed on by people like one amongst many I think. Don't want to throw him too much under the bus, but it's one of those examples of people hearing it and going, oh my god, that's actually kind of genius. And the reason why people were saying that is because Blizzard has a real big problem, and Misk has highlighted this in the past, of kind of switching between two main metas, either dive meta or tank meta. Heroes like Doomfist, Genji, Tracer being popular, and then having Brigitte, Reinhardt, Zarya being popular. There's very little in between. What you can play competitive is much more diverse and flexible, but the highest tier, GOAT's comp is everything right now, right? And in the past it's been dive, but it's also been triple tank, other forms of composition, right? But it mostly falls into those two categories. And having this fire element being a status effect in Overwatch would mean more that there's this universal counter to tanks. For example, the enemy team is running Goat's comp, so you decide to pick up Ashe and Torbjorn and just fire damage them. Not to mention that all of the heroes in the game, including Ashe of course, have voice lines for taking fire damage. So Blizzard have introduced this new element of fire, and also a bit of trivia that Wrecking Ball had flamethrowers to begin with in his early development. So these were all things that I was going to highlight if that misconception was true. If Ashe did more fire damage to armored targets, then you have this almost genius way that Blizzard are trying to negate and somewhat counter stuff like tanks and Brigitte too. Think of it like Sombra with shield health, that she just completely negates it when she EMPs, making heroes like Zarya and Zenyatta's life a living hell. And also Lucio's that have just ulted. Having heroes in Overwatch that can strip away armor a lot more quicker than others, I think would be a really unique interaction and make heroes like Torbjorn and Ashe more optimal picks. And I do hope that this is a direction that Blizzard can take in the future, having heroes lined up like say the Jungle Queen is the next hero, doing fire damage and doing the same thing. that fire is a status effect universally seen in the Overwatch game as doing more damage to tanks. Blizzard may have tried it and it just might have been too strong, but I still think that it's a really good idea and I'd like to see it implemented or just focused on maybe a bit. But what do you guys think below? It's just a bit of a riffing idea, but it's a big misconception that I still saw people on Reddit saying, oh yeah, it does more fire damage if they have armor. It's just not the case for Ashe. True for Torbjorn, not for Ashe, but I wish that it was. More of a thing to finish on real quick. The Blizzard and Overwatch team have started a creative residency program. What it is to quote, a program where we'll be inviting play Overwatch creators to our new space to create their content, engage with the devs, and be promoted on our channels. I don't think it's anything that we'll get invited to anytime soon, but it's quite cool that Blizzard are really working closely with the content creating team. Granted, it's probably focused more at Twitch streamers, but people like YouTubers and fan art makers are more than welcome, I believe. So minor thing, I thought it was really cool, and hopefully we'll get to check it out sometime. Thanks for watching. Again, let me know what you think of the Overwatch League logos, and take care. See you soon.